Hey guys, it's SeattleRingHunter, and today we're actually out in Tacoma down here, Ruston Way, at one of the restaurants. There was a gentleman that earlier in the week had dropped a wedding ring through the slats and got in touch with me, and he had indicated the spot where it went through the slats. So we are here on site today, and we're going to recover his wedding ring. It's a white gold wedding band. Should be pretty straightforward. You never know what we're getting into when we start these. But we do have a marking, so we know the location that it actually got lost. It's very good. Higher chance of recovery for this gentleman, a higher probability. We should be able to get over the top of it. So with that being said, come along for the adventure. We're going to go ahead and drop a line from the deck down to the water. So when we get in the water, actually, we'll know where to set up our gear and equipment so we can get right on top of the ring and just make the search a little bit more efficient. And that's absolutely worth its time and weight in gold, actually, so to speak, just to get that figured out in the beginning. So anyway, with that being said, let's get on with this adventure. Come along with us, guys. Cheers. Let's go ahead and establish our down line. See if that's going to work out. All right, guys, here we are. We've got this pole here. We got this. According to the photo, I believe it should be right underneath this. Let's see if we can. Let's see. There she be, right here. Alrighty, guys, we're just going to drop a line down here, then we'll reestablish the seating. See, this is the example of why it is important to get the guy here firsthand to mark the spot. I wouldn't have been able to find it unless he'd made photos and done a few things like that. We're going to set this up, so I'm only accessing this right now this morning. I have no intent to come back on top of this deck unless I choose to eat here, but there'll be customers in here, and I don't really want to, you know, get in the way of people and cause a big old scene. The rest of my work today is going to be in the water down below. So that being said, I got a little duct tape, and we're going to tape this line. All I need to do is get it down to the water, maybe a little bit extra. The tide is coming in, so the water level, and it's not that critical because I'll be down there in the water before too long. I'm in the water now, and it's just bouncing around a little bit. The point is, I can put a little bit of pressure on it without pulling it off the deck here. And you guys will see what we're about to do here. We're going to just put a little tiny bit of a knot in the end of the line just so it has a tiny bit of a resistance, but I'm also going to put some duct tape over the top of this. Got a little duct tape here. Just need a tiny bit, not much. Alright, that should be able to pull off pretty easily. Now we have a little trap set up here. I can get in the water and establish my down line, and I can actually pull that off through the deck. This plate is flat, so there's nothing that's going to be there. Probably won't obstruct it at all. So we don't lose our equipment there. Got their table lined back up. Look at their seats back installed. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Right above the water. Perfectly fine. Alrighty guys, we just had a real good interaction off camera there. We're all tied in with the management here locally today. They were cool, just hanging a little line there. And as you just saw, it's in such a way I can just pull on it when I'm down there in the water and get the line away from the, and secure it so it's not gonna become trash in the water. And have all that taken care of, and I won't have to come back up here while they have their customers showing up for lunch rush later today. That's a good thing, and they were all positive and excited to hear that someone's coming to help their customer out and get his valuable wedding ring back. So with that being said, my next step is to investigate a little bit more closely and make my next game plan on where exactly I'm going to enter into the water. There's a lot of rocks here. This parking lot probably is not going to be it. I may have to go up a little ways. Fortunately, I did bring the dive scooter to give me a little bit of propulsion, because it could be a little bit of a ways. Be a lot quicker to use the dive scooter to get to the underneath the dock, rather than trying to walk with the heavy equipment on my back through the sand and all the other things here. So let's figure that out. Right now we're going to take a quick look over the side here just to show you. In this parking lot, this is not going to be the place of entry for me, most likely, because it could be done. It would be the most direct route, but you know, I don't really have anything dry down there to set my tanks up on. I would have to be in without the tanks on my back and carry the heavy tanks down. Even this right here is kind of sketchy. And there's no place that, well, I could probably set the tank and BC up on a rock down there and then manage my way into the water. I'm not exactly sure that's what I want to do today, because some of this is some stretching. Well, as you can see, I kind of have to stretch my feet around. So these are the things that, it's all part of the process. This becomes more technically challenging than some of the actual dive recovery at times. But if we get around here, this won't translate on video probably from this distance, and I don't even know if I can see it. If I get the right angle, I should be able to see. That's a small piece of nylon twine rope, but it's down there. Once I get in the water and look, I'll be, oh, no, it's over there. It won't be a problem to find it once I get in the water and establish my stuff. So I gotta float. If I were to come down here, I wouldn't bring the dive scooter because it's just so close. Those kayakers down along the way there, over there's probably much better access, much safer. I'm trying to mitigate any tip overs or falls. I don't need to work myself into a situation where I'm hobbling out of here or have an equipment failure. So that's what we got to think about. Let's get on with it. All right guys, we're at the other parking lot now. A lot of rocks here. We just parked back there in the lot, and we're gonna come around the corner here. I'm not really excited about climbing down through this either. I think there might be a little bit less if I just go around this building. Let's go out here on the dock and take a look and see what it looks like. Got a bit of a landing spot for gear. I think this might be it. Although the tide's coming in, but it won't be until later this evening that it gets up really high. For right now, it'd be a good spot to stage gear. A little bit of a less rock there. Hopefully I can find a nice little way to walk through that without too much trouble. It's down low enough we can leave the tank down there and come back to the car and grab the dive scooter. So that's part of the plan here. Get suited up, get the gear out. I didn't bring the dock cart because I didn't want to leave it out here and have some of our locals scoot off with it, thinking it'd be real good for their operation as they go through the streets, so to speak. They can stick with the grocery carts, but they don't need my dock cart, and that's just the reality of what's going on here. I don't feel like taking the dock cart and running it all the way down to the bottom of the rocks either. Hauling it back to the car and locking it up and hauling it back out here. That may be what I should have done. Could have put the gear, walked it down to the bottom in the sand, and then walked back up to the top and rolled the cart and secured it back in the car, since it's just right there in the parking lot. So Decisions to be made. With the dive scooter, I can motor from this area here in the water all the way over to underneath the dock without any issue. Well, I'm gonna revise my plan here. I'm gonna attempt to get in the water right from my car and get in right down here and motor over there. But it's a lot better than leaving my gear down there unattended for a minute, making several trips. Even though no one would probably do anything with it. It's kind of a pain in the ass carrying that heavy thing all the way over down the sidewalk. So I might just hustle it down here to the water. All right, guys, Seattle Ring Hunter back after the dive. We just got his ring back. We're actually here with Josh. He's here to pick up his ring. Tell us a little bit about what happened and why you actually got called out here.
So we were eating over at Duke Seafood over there, eating on the dock out there, and then the ring slipped off my finger. It rolled right off the dock into the ocean, and ring finders were able to go out there. They did a dive, and it didn't take them very long to find it at all.
Yeah, okay, so you watched the ring fall off, kind of roll right through the dock slats.
Yep.
And then when I was talking to him on the phone, I got him to come out here and do a little intel, and he marked the dock a little bit, so we knew exactly where it went down, and you guys saw how all that went. So I think you're gonna wait for this. There you go, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, alrighty, man. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to help you out. And once again, guys, if you lose anything in the Pacific Northwest, you know the drill. Give me a call at 206-618-8194. If it's in the house, the car, the grass, the sand, or if it's in the water, I can help you out. Don't forget the ringfinders.com with over 500 independent recovery specialists all across the country. Find someone in your local area to give you a hand. Until the next time, keep your valuables safe, stay safe, and we're on to the next search. Bye-bye. Cheers. If you've lost your ring or special item of value, please get in touch with me at the SeattleRingHunter.com as soon as possible so I can arrange to do a search for you.